This is going to be a video about using Zotero. I've made videos about Zotero before. I'm a big fan of Zotero, and I'll just kind of walk you through this a little bit. So I'm showing you a Zotero window. It's a thing for keeping track of references. That's what it is, and um, and it's available on multiple platforms, and it's also non-commercial and free, and it's recommended by lots of librarians. And the funding work, and it's well developed, and the funding for that development comes from universities and academic organizations and so forth. So I don't think it's going away. And good. So let me just walk through a little bit. So I'm going to unclick that. So you can have group libraries and then your personal library. Group libraries like this one here and this one, these three that are here. They multiple users can be involved with them. So that's really nice if you're writing a paper with someone. So maybe the author names are A and B. So A can put in some papers and B can put in some papers. And that's good. I'm going to click. You can also have some of your own libraries, and the ways you can make them. I don't know, for an example here. So what I've done is from my group library, maybe I'm not going to do this because none of these seem to relate to ice, but if I had one here relating to ice, say this related to ice, it doesn't. I press on that and drag it over to the ice one, which sea ice one here. So that's one way you can do it. And the other way that you can do it is that any given thing can have tags. So this paper here, I've tagged with the word modeling. See here, I just clicked on that and I put the word modeling. Sometimes when you upload, it's going to show you that next, but sometimes when you upload, tags come in automatically. I usually remove them because I want to have my own tags. Okay, and these things, let's see if that's fine. And so you can have libraries where you drop things in, and you can also have libraries like this one, which are defined. This is what's called a smart or saved search library. So this is any, yeah, okay. So this is any paper or book or whatever it is in which it's tagged with the word atoll, or in which the title contains the word atoll or atoll, whatever is how you pronounce that. Okay, that's fine. That's what libraries are. And just take this one for an example. And so you can see all this information in here, which is all very good. But down at the bottom, this is important. There's a citation key here, and that's how you would refer to this in a paper if you're writing a paper. Usually in LaTeX, you go \cite curly and this stuff. And in other things like, well, there's multiple things like Markdown and Typist and so forth. And usually you put like an @ or some symbol like that. So that's the citation key. It generates that for you automatically, and you can set up a system for it. It just like a coding system in the settings, and you can say, well, I want to have 2 words from the title, please, or I don't know, start with the year and put the other, or anything you want like that. Now, the other thing is that you see this little and thing here. So after I inserted this information, I also uploaded a file, a PDF file. And so that's been put in there as well. And so if I double click on this, you get to see the PDF file that I uploaded for that. And the wonderful thing is that here in this PDF file, you can make comments, highlight things and so forth, but they don't get saved in the PDF file. They get saved in something that is sort of loaded up on top of the PDF file. So you don't mess up your PDF files is what I'm saying. Okay, so that's good. That's Zotero so far. Now the question is how you get information in here. Here is one for an example. This is, I just put it in just like an hour ago, it looks like. A nice looking paper in one of the nature journals by Culture Fennel and some other people here. I didn't type all those names in. I didn't type that in. I didn't type all this stuff in. I could have done all that by clicking here and then journal title, journal article, and then entering all that information in like laboriously. That's not normally how you would do it for any modern paper. Here's what you would do. So a modern paper, you would get a reference to it online. And so here's a paper, which I'm just going to show you how to put this one in. By the way, it looks like an interesting paper. It's just because I was about to look at that paper that I decided to make this video, in fact. Do I know any of the people? No, I don't know any of the authors for this. Um, Oftentimes I do know the authors, but it's biology and I'm not a biologist. So, okay, so you see this little thing here. This is called a connector, the Zotero connector. And if I click on that, um, just click on that. Not sure if something just happened, but I'll just go over to Zotero and see. I don't see anything happened there. Let me just click on it again. I'm not sure why it's doing that. That would normally do is, oh yeah, I don't know what that was. Um, okay, so it's saying, yeah, I'd like to access it on the line. And I'm going, well, I'm going to say allow for one day. I don't like giving anything permission to do stuff. So that's now allowed. And so if I click on that, it saves it to the, I'm clicking at the wrong speed because I'm doing something else here. It's saving it here. And if I want, I can set tags and things like that as it's doing it. But anyway, that's fine. And so you see, go back in here, and you can see that that's being put in. Now, this would have been a fair bit of typing because there's some accents in some of the words. And by the way, somehow I would have to figure out which is the last name of this individual. It's one of those two name last names and etc. So it saved me a lot of trouble with that. So that's great. Now, the other thing that I might want to do is download the PDF, which I can do because I have a Nature account. I don't think I'm going to show you how I do that, but of course I just click on that and it will save the PDF file somewhere. And then what I can do, this is really another nice feature, I go into this and I click on this guy. And so I can add a file. I don't normally do that. But if you add a file, then it goes into some cloud storage somewhere. So you can get it across multiple computers. Actually, don't do that. What I do is I put it in a Dropbox place because I already have Dropbox that goes to multiple computers. And I attach a link to it. And then it works properly on all my computers. Well, what is the advantage of that? Again, it's because the good thing about it is, let's see, I'll go to this guy. No, I guess I should say, when you double click on something, if it has a local PDF, it will find that. And if it does not, it will go only available as PDF. Well, that's interesting. It'll go to the web page for it. And what else should I show you? Oh, maybe I'll say also that just take this as an example. These are the two authors here, and notice the title. When I upload it by clicking on this thing with the link, it renames it. So this was probably could have been called paper 992233, something stupid, .pdf. It changes the name, and there's different naming conventions, and you can control how that works as well. But that's kind of handy because that name itself tells you something about what the paper is. But it saves you the trouble of how to rename things from the journal, the name that the journal picked. And also it saves you from trying to figure out what would be a good citation key. The tags are fantastic, fantastically good. So just as an example, the 2-hour tag for this guy, I could click over. That's one that I use quite a lot actually, but I'll go over here to tags and I'll type 2. Because of the wonderful way that, okay, 2 hour. I couldn't see it because the Zoom thing had something on top of the window. Yeah, 2 hour. So if I click on that, then I can find these are a bunch of papers that are tagged with that. See, it's limited. I'm scrolling the whole thing. And then if I click on it again, I remove that, and now I've got the whole shebang. Maybe I'll just show you another thing because I see this right here. I have some things tagged as neural network and other as that. Those really are the same thing. So I'm just going to edit that guy. And I'll just get rid of the S and I'll put a space instead of the. And now there's just the one. And what it's done, actually, it has a database. And it's just altered the database. Now they've changed the interface to this recently, and I don't 100% know what all these different icons mean, but if you pause the mouse over them, I guess you can, oh, that's right. The abstract, well, this is quite nice. I'm learning as I talk here. And this would be show the attachments, um, little libraries where I could get it. These are the tags. Um, no idea what that thing is. This thing is oh yeah, related. I guess I haven't said that, but you can have just sort of see here. Where's the related portion? Yeah, under this you can make relationships between papers, which is also pretty nice. Okay, in summary, Zotero is multi-platform, open source, zero cost, very effective, highly recommended by not me, but by people who know stuff, librarians that I know who I really respect. Um, I can tell you it's very handy. I've been using it for years and I love it. And pretty much everyone who I tell about it ends up liking it quite a lot. It'll save you an awful lot of typing. And of course, I may just say this that in all the sort of typesetting systems that you would be using to write your papers and theses, um, they always have a way of looking in a database and extracting keys. And so this key here in the paper, you would just say, well, I want to cite that thing, and you can do it in different ways with an with an at sign and other things as well. And then your software for making the typesetting the paper will allow you to set it up for different formats. So there might be a thesis format, or the journal might want, I don't know, the year at the end of the citation or right after the authors or whatever. It might want the volume in boldface or not. All that stuff gets handled for you. So you never have to try to, well, I'll just say you never have to waste time working on your bibliography to try to make it look nice. The other thing about using software to make your bibliography is you'll never have items which are not cited, and you'll never cite things which are not there because an error would result from those. Very handy. I hope this was a helpful video for you. Take care.